Ten Hag and the steel disciplines that changed Mu. From a street circus with all the tricks from the yard to the real world, Man United has changed skin and become a strong team under the management of Ten Hag. No success is easy, it is founded on determination and discipline. The day Ten Hag first arrived at Mu's headquarters in May last year, an employee asked him what he liked to be called. Thinking for a moment, the Dutch strategist replied, "Well, you know I'm boss," roughly translated, boss, leader, and I know I'm boss, so it doesn't matter what you call me. Nearly 8 months later, everyone at Old Trafford has no doubt that Ten Hag is the boss. This is also the way the players used to call Sir Alex Ferguson in the past. According to Patrice Evra, no one dares to call Sir Alex Fergie even though that is his nickname. At the legendary Scottish ruler emitted an overwhelming force, forcing others to automatically worship. Currently, Ten Hag is also gradually gaining that energy. To enter the 189th Manchester Derby tonight with a record of winning the last 11/12 matches, Ten Hag has had to reset a lot of things at Mu. Regulatory reform is one thing, improving player behavior is the goal. And there's no more effective way than discipline to get a team back on track. The typical feature of Ten Hag's early days at Mu was the Ronaldo scandal. After a lot of fuss, Ronaldo left, the Red Devils' dressing room was finally peaceful again. There's no need to accuse anyone, just know that the people who stayed behind understood the current order here. Ronaldo's departure and Ten Hag's stay should not be seen as a victory, but only as a positive. Ten Hag himself did not want to lose with CR7 because he repeatedly expressed his desire to cooperate and use the owner of the 5 Ballon d'Or, but in his own way, not in Ronaldo's way. This is not simply a battle against an arrogant ego, but a revolution against individualism that has ravaged Old Trafford for years. Pride was put aside, order was restored, and the remnants felt that there was a fair environment in which to thrive. That is the biggest gain of Ten Hag. In fact, people only focus on Ronaldo's story without noticing that Ten Hag has always renovated Mu from the early days, from the smallest things. During the 2022 summer tour, several players walked down the lobby of the Athene Hotel in Bangkok wearing different jerseys and shoes. Immediately, Ten Hag stipulates that in any collective activity, all individuals must wear the team's uniform, especially banning slippers. In the same 17-day tour, the players have 3 days off, but all outings must be approved by the coach. Even MUTV's plan to film a few members in Melbourne was rejected by Ten Hag. A young star Alejandro Garnacho was late for 2 team meetings and was not allowed to play a minute during the summer. Not long after, it was Garnacho with messy hair again, walking into the training ground with his shoelaces untied. Ten Hag asks him to go back to the bathroom and fix his face and clothes. Ten Hag demanded the maturity of Garnacho and now he responds with great form on the pitch. Next, Ten Hag's tough rules are also reflected in having fixed breaks and meal times. Members are required to follow the team's meals, even when away from home. Along with that, phones are strictly forbidden while eating. On the club's side, in addition to buying people, Ten Hag asked a lot about upgrading facilities. He wanted a new team room with tiered seating and the most modern TV possible. Immediately, BLD Mu spent £300,000 to create a tactical meeting room, where the players pondered the 0-4 defeat to Brentford earlier in the season. Ten Hag teaches each member of the team the fundamentals of becoming a professional footballer at one of the biggest clubs in the world. He does that every day, meeting each player every week to talk about his wishes to each one. Even Mourinho doesn't interact with players to such a perfectionist level. Ten Hag wants to make sure everyone understands the message he conveys, a Mu employee said. A great success comes from the little details. Ten Hag has never won the Premier League like the players, but he knows the basic principles of being a team. Just mastering those principles, Mu players who are not successful this season will also be next season. Since the defeat against Man City in the first leg at Etihad, Ten Hag's view has changed. It is very difficult to expect a victory in today's rematch, but at least, fans and players understand that the Red Devils will still move forward, regardless of the outcome.